It's not every day you see someone doing a documentary on something like this.
The lines at soup kitchens are getting longer, and more food is being thrown away than ever before, despite the fact that we have over 40,000 food recovery and food assistance organizations. The old ways of addressing these issues aren't working.
We have a really large vision. Sometimes people say, oh, you're just a couple of years old. How are you going to pull this off, or are you doing too much?
You're fired up, aren't you?
I love my work. Food Shift is focused on creating models that ensure that more food is directed towards feeding people and less food is wasted.
I look at Dana as the face and the voice of Food Shift. I love all the nuts and bolts that get the programs on their feet, that we're evaluating and developing our programs effectively. We started off doing an education and awareness campaign, which is really just about getting the issue of food waste out into the public.
We'd love to provide tips for here's how you can keep your food fresh longer, here's how you can reduce your grocery bill.
Like at the end of the day, if 10 less apples are purchased, and those are 10 more apples that we can grab at the end of the day and then give to a person in need.
When I was researching the organization, it felt like they had bigger dreams. She's not just creating yet another organization that helps to redistribute food in a localized way. She wants to completely overhaul the paradigm. And I think it's massively important, and I kind of want to be a part of that. I think that's really cool.
At the end of the market, we hand out bins to the farmers. And if there's any food that they're not planning to bring back home, it's maybe been out in the sun for the day, the lettuce might be just a little wilted, or there might be a couple bruised apples, we take that and we distribute it to our partners here in Oakland.
Actual changes happening today. Someone will get that food and eat, tonight or tomorrow, and that's pretty cool.
We also work in schools. We are working with Oakland Unified School District currently to create a pilot program to recover the excess surplus food from the cafeterias and to donate that either to the students and families on that individual site through a parent volunteer program, or to connect them with a local organization that does food assistance.
I'm really pleased that there is an organization keeping an eye on waste and food that cares about children who are hungry. I feel really strongly about what we're doing on giving the extra food away. I think it addresses more than issues of hunger in the community. There is something very powerful that comes when a community begins to share food, and community is built from that power that sharing food brings.
We're feeding people, not landfills.
We've come to a time where we have to face our limits as human beings on the planet. We can't grow forever in the way that we have grown in the past. We actually have to learn how to close the loop on the use of resources, including energy and food.
What are we wasting when we waste 40% of our food? We are wasting water, we're wasting land, we're wasting human resources. There's just so much money that goes into that, and we should think about what we can use that money for if we stopped wasting it.
So I think that for many decades, we had the luxury not to do it. And so we're kind of making a full circle where it's recycling out of necessity.
Let's say there's a whole truckload of yogurts that get thrown away. It's not only the yogurt, but it's all those containers, those plastic containers that are just trashed.
So environmentally it's damaging, socially it's damaging. About 50 million people in America are food insecure, which means they don't know where their next meal is going to come from.
We live in a society where we have such an abundance of food, of everything. We've really lost an understanding of the true value of food.
And so all of these issues intertwine, and what I love about Food Shift is that it brings them all together and says, we don't have to just be upset about it and wring our hands. We can do something different.